Continuation. Friends, hello everyone. In 2025, that is, this year, peace will come to Ukraine. And in this same year, we will have elections. I told you this last year, and today I'm ready to confirm it for you. You saw in the news that the Central Election Commission has restarted its website registries. Honestly, the whole Ukrainian establishment is getting ready for elections. Now I'm going to make a small series of 3 videos for now, but later it will be expanded. About our oligarchs, who will be betting on who for now, well, let's say, according to rumors, let's call it that. Rumors say he's a candidate for the upcoming presidential elections. And I just ask you, as you listen, please write your comments and opinions, add to what I say, feel free to disagree, no problem. But don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and definitely to the Telegram. This is very important in times like these. And with the upcoming political heat, it's always good to stay connected. So let's start with the once most influential Renat Akhmetov. There are rumors that he's in cahoots with Avakov. They will be supporting 4 candidates: Andrei Beletsky, Ihor Smeshko, Oleg Lyashko, and Dmytro Razumkov. Let's start with Andrei Beletsky. He is a well-known military man. You know, Azov was under Avakov's patronage when Avakov, for many years, he was, I think, the record holder, served as Minister of Internal Affairs. We won't dig into dirty laundry right now. I think everyone already knows how this works. Just a nuance. 6 months ago, Beletsky spoke out. No stop to the war, no elections, nothing. In recent months, Beletsky has given a ton of interviews and is already kind of ready for negotiations. I'm just reminding you that for the past 2 years, Ukrainian propaganda has been persecuting me, slandering me, and started political persecution of my family, just because I was saying the same things that all of them are now repeating after me. In Ukraine, unfortunately, what's important is not what is said, but who says it, said Yalisevich. He's the enemy tomorrow, said Beletsky. He's the best. Zelensky is even better. Unfortunately, that's how it all happens, but that's not the point right now. Why Beletsky? Because Rinat Leonidovich is an extremely pragmatic person, extremely good at adapting in order to preserve and increase his wealth. I'm an entrepreneur, but I lack those qualities and can't adapt or go along with situations. What Akhmetov did now is he gave apartments to the military. He's building relationships and acting correctly based on his own interests. Why is that? Because a certain group of people wants to see a party of military men in politics. Besides, this idea is now being pushed by political propaganda. Volunteers. These people will run for president, for mayor, they will make up party lists, all of this is ahead. Andrei Beletsky is undoubtedly one of the most prominent figures. He has been a member of parliament, though I can't recall any of his bills. No one should hate anyone, just distinguish between people. Also, please interpret my words correctly, just distinguish. A good soldier is a good soldier. Honor and praise, universal respect, the state owes a lot to such people. Politics is a completely different field. A good soldier does not necessarily mean a good politician and vice versa. It's the same in all areas of life, and we should handle this calmly and normally. Some individuals are hyped in the media, leading them into politics. I have only one question. Which soldier? Today? Except for a couple of real entrepreneurs who are at the front, but I haven't heard any desire from them to go into politics yet. Which soldier is even able to simply pay for this politics? Which soldier can simply integrate so quickly into Ukraine's political process? After years on the front line defending our country, how is this physically possible considering factors like health? Politics is nuanced and stressful, requiring a clear mind to function. Since I speak with soldiers, they still need a long time to physically recover from these events. Well, that's all for now. I leave the rest to your beliefs, I just share my opinion, and my job is simply to tell you who is making what bets. The next candidate is Dmytro Razumkov. Well, Dmytro Razumkov is a classic example of our politics, a classic of our politics. His father worked with Kuchma. I don't think it's especially relevant, but as far as I know, it shaped his worldview, that's all I know. A slicked-back guy with a nice haircut in a stylish sweater, speaks quietly and methodically, he doesn't get worked up. Political strategists and image consultants even tried to work on making his image more aggressive. Well, he's kind of too sweet, you need to add a little salt because let's say he doesn't leave the best impression. While allied with the Green Team, Dmitri's political career rose. He was, Speaker of the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine. That's quite serious for someone so young. But what will you remember Dmytro Razumkov for and what is his ideology? Now, he just said, I'm a centrist. By the way, maybe I'll dedicate a separate video to him. He wrote an article for Ukrainska Pravda. No way, I have no inspiration because it's just boring to go through all this. That's what Dmitry Razumkov is about. I want to... People linked me to Razumkov as if we were on the same team, but I've never met or spoken to him. And I'm promoting a specific ideology, libertarianism. I'm promoting what Javier Milei, Trump, and Musk are promoting. As for Razumkov, who knows, write in the comments, but not about me. Video: who is Dmytro Razumkov? What are his competencies in life? What, I repeat, is he promoting? Nothing really, just for the good things and against the bad. When I was Speaker of the Verkhovna Rada, Zelensky was good, but after I was removed and joined the opposition, he became bad. Let's get straight to the key point. As we should, maybe that's where we should have started this video series. So how should we choose presidential candidates? I've given you markers a million times. If you don't know them, subscribe to the channel. You'll hear them more than once, but here's how it is right now. To begin with, if a person hasn't defended the rights of all Ukrainians, hasn't spoken out against closed borders, hasn't spoken out against the lawlessness of the TCC, hasn't spoken out against discrimination of any kind, language, religion, political views, whatever. So how can you allow such a politician? For 33 years, conformists have ruled in Ukraine. Are they doing the same things as Zelensky? Sociologists conduct a survey, collect what people want to see, and people write this in their responses. Well, I can't really call this a program, it's just a set of slogans. Then you go and vote. It's just the classic Razumkov scheme. Now they will all be keeping their finger on the pulse, trying to figure out what's going on in society, what's happening on social media. Right now they're all frantically learning and getting into social networks, what's on the agenda. And believe me, when the level of tension in society goes down, subtitles created by Dmytro. When politics resumes with a ceasefire and elections, they'll mention the TCC claiming, "We always opposed lawlessness, but it was wartime. We didn't want to interfere." Don't believe any of that. Don't trust those slick boys. Ukraine needs a shake-up. Ukraine needs a chainsaw, like the one Kaver Miley used in Argentina. Cut down the government apparatus, reduce the number of officials, cut government spending, fight for personal freedom, freedom of speech, economic freedoms. Razumkov isn't offering any of that. For all that's good against all that's bad, let's move on. Oleg Lyashko, I don't even want to discuss him. Where did the money come from? Did he win the lottery? Where did the house come from? Not a single day in business, his whole life only in politics, and there's a video on the internet of him having fun in a questionable way. The role of the Ukrainian clown Nida Zhirinovsky, definitely a person with some artistic talent, but nothing more than that. And of course the war happened. Now they release public relations videos of cars in Ukraine, new ones, Lyashko buys them. Who buys them? Who buys these cars? They're bought by embezzlers. Embezzlers, entrepreneurs are not buying cars right now. Ordinary people are donating to the front and surviving as best they can. At this time, someone dares to speak against the authorities and the state apparatus. As usual, what did he do now? Lyashko sided with the strong against the powerless. And let's all go after these poor people. Let's make it about publicity. People are blamed for everything. Politicians and officials are praised. It's just bad luck with the common folk. Oleg Lyashko has been in politics. In 5 minutes, anyone, even those uninterested in politics, will realize you shouldn't vote for this. The fourth one is like a comedy movie. As always, everything in this series is just rumors. They say Ihor Smeshko, who is close to Dmytro Gordon, and Gordon is rumored to be Rinat Akhmetov's media servant. Now the trend is for those in power to switch sides like Trump, betray when needed, and anticipate events. I've been for Trump since childhood, and now Ihor Smeshko will also be for Trump since childhood. And now there's a wave going around that he's going to create the Republican Party of Ukraine. The intelligence officer has a reputation. There's so much bad information about him, especially about what they did in the previous elections when they organized that party. Well, it's pure business. So what? And again, they're going to try to sell you all this rot, this nonsense that's worth nothing. And, you know, he has a rating. He definitely has a solid 3 right now. He was silent for 3 years, starting with the war. Gordon was shouting that a special assignment in Washington would come, saying he spent 3 years organizing the Republican Party and working closely with Trump's party. All we can do is laugh about it. Now, regarding Akhmetov specifically, there's one thing I don't understand. He created decent conditions in Ukraine. He created a normal free economy. He established fair rules of the game. The rule of law, the ability to influence the creation of a stock exchange, a real anti-monopoly committee. The capitalization of Akhmetov's enterprises and businesses in Ukraine would have skyrocketed. Capitalization would have increased 5 to 10 times, or at least 2 or 3 times in the worst case. No, there won't be a continuation. They will keep sponsoring this dead weight, and it may grow slightly for him, not Ukraine due to favorable circumstances, but then there will be another Maidan, anti-terrorist operation war, and everything will collapse again. Problems arise when Zelensky revokes the television license, citing a violation of freedom of speech. Do everything once for yourselves. These are no longer those wild times. Everyone is already almost 60 over 60, thank you. Who are you doing all this for and why if your children are already in the West? Well then, at least make history. Do something here so that at least your children will be thanked later. If you don't plan for them to do business in Ukraine, I honestly don't understand, but I do get one thing: why don't they want to? With a free, competitive, and fair economy without preferences, competition naturally follows. Oligarchs amass their wealth without competition by working with top officials through secret deals. There, it's just about competition and capturing that niche, and then things will work almost oppositely on their own. They compete with each other there. 5 or 6 people aren't real competition. If you own a company, there's no competition. It's a monopoly or oligopoly. That's the secret. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the channel. Next video, I'll reveal who Serhiy Lyevochkin is rumored to support. See you!